Hey everyone, Senraikai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 17th episode of Sousou no Frieren. Now, it's actually been a few weeks since I've seen an episode of this show, so hopefully I'm not too confused that I'm jumping back into it. But yeah, we're still on our journey, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, let's just see how that journey is progressing. So, 3, 2, 1, play. Right. I do remember that part. Yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it, Gorilla? Yep. So we're kind of at a crossroads, you might say. Here I was thinking she was looking at Frieren. No, she was looking at the sun. They just happened to be in the same direction. Or maybe both, yeah. Is this a new opening? I know it's been a while since I've seen the show, and we might have already had it, but either way I don't remember it, so I'll watch as if it's the first time I see it regardless. The benefits of having a goldfish memory. Look, we saw some twins there. Yeah, I think we're seeing some new characters in this opening. Some very interesting angles on some of these shots too. Oh, there's a. I think that's a legendary green-haired girl that I've definitely seen like art of that character. I think that's her. Was that the girl we see in the throne in the first opening? It's a little bit hard to tell because the coloring was a little bit different, and she was in motion. But yeah, I do quite like the opening that I may or may not have seen before. Either way, it's good. Ja Genki to take care. Carries it with one hand, no struggle. Meanwhile, she acts like she's been through an ordeal. You're very comforting, Frieren. But I'm all for the hand holding. Not from you. You just had to walk in a room, didn't you, Stark? Ah! Cold hand attack, a classic. He probably feels like a babysitter among this group. Don't raise any flags now. Yeah, like that. I knew it. I knew it. Narimashitene. That's all that needs to be said. And that mustache is gonna fly off. Really, you should put your hand over it to protect it. Are you ready to go? Not that free run matters, or cares. She likes to stay places for a while. Yeah. She doesn't seem too bothered now, does she? Very video game-like logic, but yeah. Okay, that's pretty useful. Yeah, I'm definitely with her. Looks like it. Because you know you don't want to be separated from the group. You're all besties now. Gotta stay in shape. Gotta learn your spells. Gotta drink. Everyone has a job to do, is what I'm saying. Frieren. Uh, somebody help the poor girl. I thought you were my friend's books. How could you betray me? He did kind of look like it. Are they in heat? You're the adult of the group. That too. Well, he definitely pissed her off somehow. Well, I know you think that, but I would like to know what actually happened so I could have my opinion. Because sometimes, Farron, you're just too easily, you know, easily butthurt. So I need to know the context. Although it's a really cute pouty face. Yeah? Did you try to get revenge? Try to touch her cheeks? You went for the lower ones? Okay, he did go for the upper cheek. Well, I mean, when you do it from behind like that, it has a bit of a different feel to it. Like, out of context, that shot definitely looks romantic. Which is probably what, what affected her. Girls are weird like that. And now the other side. Well, he's a warrior, so he's got that strength. I mean, yeah, I guess that's what it boils down to. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, it's clearly going in that direction, so I guess it's just frustrating to watch it, like, not get there. Well, she is a lot older than you. Oh, Himmel. I'm sure he's been having plenty of fun. Like you could tell. I mean, who wouldn't want to go on an adventure with these guys? As you should. And we still have a lot of episodes left. I thought we were closer to the end than that. Bye bye. Matane. Sayonara. And now we go. I mean, well, yeah. He's a big boy, it's fine. See, there's a rock there which he did not trip on, so clearly he's capable. Is he gonna start crying? I would cry if I had to leave Frieren. I'll be honest. I'm not even gonna pretend otherwise. Is he curing? Yeah, he's curing a fish. Amongst other food, it's not just a fish. Trying to stay warm. Yeah, could you imagine just adventuring in the snow like that? It would just be so cold, like all the time. And all the exercise from walking would make you sweat, which would make you colder. It'd be rough. It's like, get up from my blanket. Are you insane? Oh, she's not sick, is she? 12 more hours. That's a little bit too much. Do you have like some healing magic? Can you at least wake up? Maybe we should touch her cheeks. Yeah, he's way ahead of me. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, hopefully we have something. A tome, a book. Okay, let's be honest. Frieren is a goddess. Well, there you go. That'd be a bit disrespectful, but I mean, if it works. Well, that's what I figured. Of course. Is there a nice cabin we can go in? Well, that works. That's wasn't quite expecting that shot. I mean, she looks a little bit better already. I love the focus on the hand holding. It's really nice to see just how much Frieren cares about her. Even though it was difficult getting her up to begin with, but once she was up, she's been doing her best to help her. Yeah, she's known her since she was little, so she should know. I was doing something. You can't just take it away. That's so cute. That's so cute. Well, it was nice while it lasted. I know, right? I remember that. Yeah, it's always a weird thing. Don't get stuck, Frieren. There might be a mimic in there. I thought that was like a Triceratops or something at first, which would have been an interesting thing to find. Yeah, a bit of a adventure, just the two of them. Oh wow, that is beautiful. I was, I, because I was wondering what it looked like. I didn't say anything, but I was really curious. But wow, that is that could definitely be a tourist spot. Yeah, you should probably told that earlier before we got here to comfort her. Yeah, I think everyone can appreciate a comforting handhold when you're going through a hard time. Definitely not limited to being a child. But I don't blame her for getting embarrassed about it, especially since it was in front of Stark. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Rearing. I love when her hair's like that. I'm sure he's used to women moaning. And of course, this is the origin story. I mean, he can have a really soothing voice when he wants to. Waru kunai kamo, indeed. The bowl in his head confused me. My eyes had to adjust for a second to realize what I was even looking at. But the bowl really threw me off. Because he looked like a headless person because he's short and just moving on. You lucky SOB. Dang, that's a big one. That's what she said. That looks like a witch. It looks like a witch's brew, like very, very clearly. Uh, now we get to feed her. He has turn with those nip nips. As he imagines it's just a big fat version of Frieren, I'm sure. Return of the hand holding. Now that Stark's not around to see it. Like I said before, Frieren she has such a nice smile. Yeah, you look much better. Man, that second half went by a lot quicker than the first half. Damn. Yes, oi sauced. I refuse to believe that's a real word. Because almost like you're saying oi sauced. And here we go. The new ED. I'm gonna go back in episode, see if these indeed are new openings in ED or if I'm just crazy. Because I need to know one way or the other. Anytime, anywhere. Yeah, they went for a very interesting art style with this one. Okay, that was pretty cool. Little visual at the end there. Try it. The first class mage exam will now begin. Okay. Are we gonna are we gonna have Frieren try to get like some modern certification? Because I remember that was a thing before, that she had some kind of certification that was out of date because the system changes and all that. So I do vaguely remember that. So I guess there could be a thing where she tries to get recertified, like get like a modern license, however that works. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, I do want to go back an episode and make sure, see whether or not we did have that opening before or not, because it's gonna bug me if I don't know. No, it looks like yeah. Okay, it looks like we did have the old one last time. So yeah, I think the reason I was doubting it was because usually, because it's not uncommon to get a second opening in like the second core of a two-core show, but usually that would happen around episode 13 or 14. But the fact that it happened on episode 17 is what really threw me off. That's what really made me doubt myself. Otherwise, I would not have been anywhere near as you know, doubtful as I was. But no, it looks like that was the first time we had that open in ED. Okay, so I'm not crazy. That's always a bit of a relief. So now that we got over that, we can talk about the episode itself. Like, I mean, the opening to ED, like I really liked the opening. Like, I'm not sure if I liked it more or less than the first one. I might like it a little bit more than the first one. The ED though, I definitely prefer the first ED over the second ED, right? Like, they were going for something very creative and unique with the style of it, which I can appreciate, but I just like the previous one better. Although the very end there, where the butterfly, like, you know, turns into like a human basically. Like, you couldn't tell who it was supposed to be. Like, the hairstyle was different than Frieren, so obviously it's not Frieren, or I guess it could just be Frieren with a different hairstyle. But I really like that visual at the very end there. But overall, I do prefer the first ED for sure. But but yeah, the episode itself definitely had a lot of snow, a lot of being stuck at place, which is nothing new for the show. Had a little bit of a fight between Stark and Farron. I like how Frieren like went to a resident priest, Zion, whatever his name is, to kind of mediate, right? Because they had a bit of a fight, and I knew it was something stupid. I knew it was going to be basically like a lovers' quarrel style of fight, like it was going to be something stupid. Like I knew that, and we had a very nice pouty face on Farron's face, which supported that theory. And then we actually get to see what happened. We get to see Stark coming from behind her, one hand on the shoulder, one hand on the cheek. The look on her face, that was kind of what's great. Like the look of just shock and mild confusion. But yeah, definitely got those feelings flowing, got those hormones going. However you want to phrase that, she very much had a reaction to it. So she kind of got I don't know what the best word for it is, like defensive, like fight or flight response. I don't know what the best term for this would be, but basically, it got things going inside of her, and she lashed out as a result. But definitely no like lasting hard feelings on it, So we were able to make up pretty quickly, pretty easily after that. So it all just kind of worked out. But yeah, he saw it as just like a paying her back for what she did, right? But definitely a big difference between what she did and like coming from behind, making one hand on the shoulder. Because it would have been a lot different if it wasn't for the hand on the shoulder, right? Because that's what like really made the difference. Almost like you're trying to lock her in place as you do it from behind. So yeah, that would definitely have an effect for sure. Because I think if it wasn't for that, it would have been a very different scene. But yeah, we got past that. But if there's any doubt in anyone's heads that the show was going to ship those two, I think those doubts would have definitely faded away after that scene. But like I said, I'm not really in favor of that. But like I've also accepted it. Like I'm not going to complain about it or anything. But I'm not going to like get excited over it either. If that makes sense. Just consider me a neutral on that thing for the most part. But yeah, first half definitely felt really slow. But the second half much more quickly. We had Farron getting sick, which nothing too surprising there. Like we're traveling outside in the snow, catching a cold. It's not unreasonable, right? But that's why you have to have proper stuff, right? So I did enjoy just the process of trying to get Frieren up, right? Because just 12 more hours, right? But it would be dark again by that time, right? But she got up, she ascertained the issue, and got it all fixed. So, both Stark and Frieren stepped up to help support their comrade, and as a result, she got much better. You can continue our journey. That's why it's so important to have such reliable, caring comrades in any kind of journey you go on. We also got a little bit into just the Frieren relationship, like, because she's known Frieren since she was a child, and that's how she's kind of, probably just how she's always going to see her. Because it is one of the weird things about life is like, if you're an adult, you meet someone when they're a child, even after they become an adult, like, it kind of doesn't feel real. Like, it's a weird thing to try to explain, but because in that time frame, you didn't change much. Like, maybe you look a little bit older, maybe you're a little bit chubbier, but like, it doesn't feel like much time has passed. But for someone like that, like it's like a world of difference. Like 10, even just 10 years can make. So there's always gonna be that part of you that sees them as a child. So that's kind of what Frieren is dealing with there. But like, especially when you are around Farron's age, when you're like freshly not a child anymore. I don't know what the best way to phrase it is, but like when you do start to get into that age range, you start to like really resent the idea of being a child, because it's a weird thing. Like when you're a child, you really want to like, even when you are a literal child, you don't want to be treated like a child, right? It's a weird thing. but it is how it goes. So when you start to get to that point where you could be reasonably seen as not a child anymore, when someone is like hasn't quite made that mental adjustment yet, they still treat you that way, you can get really like salty about it, like get butthurt about it. But definitely not something to be mad about if you really think about it. But it's just when you're at that age, is what it boils down to. But yeah, she definitely doesn't want Frieren to treat her like a child, definitely in front of Stark, who I'm sure she wants to see her as an adult, if you even know what I mean. But luckily, by the end of it, we tried again, and it went a little bit better. We didn't have Farron trying to escape, because as we kind of established, like, you're never too old to get that sort of company when you're sick and all that, when you're in need of it. So that was nice. I definitely enjoyed all the Frieren trying to comfort Farron kind of stuff, and especially with the added layer of kind of passing it on from what Himmel did for her. Now she's doing it for Farron. I always enjoy when they have a little touch into the show. Just kind of shows the flow of things. And I think that's kind of all to really say on the episode. So yeah, nothing too eventful really happened. I mean, that's just kind of how the show goes, right? It's very much a slow life sort of show, right? If you go into the show expecting something like Kimetsu no Yaiba, like you're obviously not going to get that. We occasionally have action scenes, but you definitely don't go to the show for that, right? But but yeah, things continue. We did separate from Zine, so maybe we'll see him again someday. Maybe we won't. Only time will tell. But yeah, good stuff. It's definitely good to be watching the show again, because like I said, it's been a minute, so I have missed my girl Frieren, so it's nice. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.